Welcome into this week's mirror message. This is a twin flame reading for twin flames in separation or challenge. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a psychic healer, and a reader here to read you a message for your twin flame journey. I am a twin flame myself, and I'm very familiar with the journey. Part of my mission work is to be here to help other twin flames along the way. If you're clicking on this and you don't know what a twin flame is, please go to my Twin Flame 101 playlist and watch some of the videos there, including the What is a Twin Flame video. There is a lot of good information out there about twin flames. There's also a lot of erroneous or outdated information about twin flames. Before I really start this reading, I do want to say that with evolution, with the change in communication over the years, now that we have the internet and we are so much more open about communication, about so many more subjects and about our experiences with each other, we're learning more and more about what twin flames are really, and that journey. And you know, for a long time it was considered to be something mysterious and rare, and that is really outdated thinking. Honestly, there's no elitism in being a twin flame. There isn't. You know, some people think there's only a certain number of them in the world, and you know that it's a misinterpretation of things as far as I'm concerned in my belief system. I believe that everyone is a twin flame. I don't believe there's anyone that is not. That if you have a soul, I don't believe that we are incarnate with our twin flame all the time, and I don't believe we're in the evolution in our soul's journey to recognize our twin flame all the time. I think we have to get to a certain evolution in our soul's journey so we wake up to our twin flame, and I believe that as the vibration of the planet raises and communication changes, more and more twin flames are waking up, and we're seeing more and more of that. So there are a lot of people out there that will criticize the twin flame journey. They see it as abusive. You know, there's nothing abusive about the twin flame journey. We don't want to abuse our partners. We don't intentionally abuse our partners. We trigger each other to look at wounds that already exist so we can open them up and heal them and ascend. That's the pain of the twin flame journey, and it can be a messy, challenging process. We challenge each other as people, as partners, as twin flames. And you know, when you get challenged, it's a harder road. When you have a challenge, it's a harder road. Usually the reward at the end is greater, and that's what that is about. It's not glamorous. It's not something to be glorified. It's tough. It's hard. A lot of people don't in one lifetime get through toward union. You know, union is not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal of the twin flame journey is to grow and heal, and as an individual. And if you do enough of that, you can come into a successful partnership with your twin flame, should you both choose to do the work and choose to be in a union. And you know, that can happen. That does happen. That does not always happen. Okay. So I just wanted a quick rundown on that. If you want more, go look at the Twin Flame 101 videos in my playlist, okay? But there's so much information out there, and I feel like there's a lot of information that is confusing and old. It's just not up to date, and people that aren't on the twin flame journey or are really exposed to it on a regular basis don't have updated information, so they might be telling you something that's 20 or 30 years old. You know, something that's passed down that is just no longer really correct for today. Okay. All right, so let's look at the mirror message. If you haven't been in a mirror message before, it's the kind of a he said, she said spread between divine masculine and divine feminine. We look at head space, heart space, and the 3D world for both counterparts, so we can see what's going on with both of them. It's a little energy check-in. It's a good way to find out what's going on with your person, and you can confirm whether it's your reading or not by what's going on with you, okay? So we'll put divine masculine on the left here, we'll put divine feminine on the right here, and let's go. The first reading, or first deck, is always my overall cards that come out first. I didn't channel before this one. I wasn't feeling guided to. Good Lord. we did get the Celtic owl, so let's talk about him because I haven't asked any questions yet. I was just kind of shuffling. So the Hanged Man, the Celtic owl. This is a really interesting Hanged Man card for me in this deck. This is the Chrysalis Tarot. If you're wondering, I love this deck. It's just phenomenally beautiful. This is like a post-Hanged Man card for me. This is like what would come after the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man usually puts himself up in a tree or herself up in a tree. So they're upside down, so they gain some new perspective. And this card feels like they've been up in that tree and they've really gained new perspective. The owl is wise, you know, they've gained wisdom from being up in that tree. And then we have all these Celtic knots here. And Celtic knots for me, they represent the interdependence and the interrelation of people, how we're all connected, how you are connected to your twin flame and inextricably connected. You can choose to walk away, you can choose to be in a different union, you can choose not to do the work, but you are in the 5D inextricably connected to your twin flame and all the other people on the planet. It's a really interesting new perspective I see coming through here. So that's what we're getting kind of as a pre-message. Maybe that's why I didn't need to channel. We just needed it that way. So let's look at Divine Masculine's headspace. We're going to start there. Divine Masculine's headspace. And we've got the 5 of Scrolls. Divine Masculine's heart space. An overall card for Divine Masculine's heart space. We got 2. We got the 7 of Spirals, which is the 7 of Wands. Scrolls are swords. Spirals are wands in this deck. And the 10 of Stones, which is Pentacles, is clarifying the 7 of Spirals. Okay. What's going on in Divine Masculine's 3D world? What's going on in Divine Masculine's 3D world? Divine Masculine's 3D world. Maria, you can make sure that you're tapping into your intuition and only taking messages from collective readings, any collective reading, this one and all the others, that really fit your story, right? Don't try and make something fit if it doesn't fit in a collective, because it's for a lot of people. I do believe if you've clicked on this, there's a reason you're here and there's a message for you. You just have to decide if it's the whole message, if it's a piece of the message, or there's something about the reading you're supposed to take away, okay? I never, ever, ever want to give someone a false hope or make someone feel like they're in a different place in the journey than they are. It's not something we want to perpetuate as readers. I'm here to help you, not hook you, you know. Not just not a chiropractor, you know. Well, I shouldn't say that about all chiropractors, but I'm not here to get you to come back and back and back and, you know, always be on the edge of your seat. I actually want to help you. So in the Divine Masculine's 3D world, we've got the Sorceress, which is the High Priestess. Okay. What's in Divine Feminine's headspace right now? What's taking up Divine Feminine's headspace? What's she thinking about? Divine Feminine's headspace. What's she thinking about? What is Divine Feminine thinking about these days? We got the Healer, the Page of Mirrors, which is Cups. We've got all the suits on the board already with this few cards. Everything's out. Oh wait, yep, no, everything's out. Swords, Wands, Pentacles, Cups, and a Major Arcana. It's a very balanced reading so far. All right, and we've got the 6 of Stones, 6 of Pentacles for Divine Feminine's heart space. Let's look at Divine Feminine's 3D world. Divine Feminine's 3D world. What's going on in Divine Feminine's tangible 3D world right now? We've got the 2 of Mirrors, which is my twin flame card in this deck. 2 of Cups. Usually that's a soulmate card, but in this deck it's very twin flame to me. And 5 of Spirals. This comes up for Divine Feminine like every time in the last few mirror messages. Every time. I keep using this deck. I didn't even realize I kept using the same deck for mirror messages. That's interesting, because we keep getting that card. Okay, the bottom of the deck is usually Divine Masculine's overall energy and mirror message, and that's a 10 of Scrolls with that tiger. 10 of Swords. Okay. And we're going to use the Everyday Witch Tarot to clarify. And we're going to look at clarifying the Five of Scrolls for Divine Masculine's headspace. Clarify the Five of Scrolls for Divine Masculine's headspace. We've got the Eight of Cups. Also, if you find that this is not your journey, like you're not in this wave of twin flames, I've been doing this mirror message reading for a couple of years or more now. It's one of the original readings that I started with, and I've been doing it all along. You can go back in the playlist and see if any titles jump out at you, okay? So these readings are timeless. They're for you when you find them. Don't worry about when I pulled them. That's really not relevant. One more to clarify the Five of Scrolls here in Divine Masculine's headspace. That's too many. Okay, the World. Okay, we got two more. The World. And we got the Eight of Wands. Okay, clarify Divine Masculine's heart space with the Seven of Spirals. Already clarified with Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Stones. We've got the Queen of Swords. Clarify the High Priestess in Divine Masculine's 3D world. What's going on with this High Priestess in Divine Masculine's 3D world? The High Priestess is clarifying the High Priestess. Thank you, Spirit. Well, it's double confirmation, but I'm going to get one more to clarify what we're talking about here. I had a hit on this already, so we'll see. Let's see what comes out. Is the Three of Pentacles. Okay. It's clarifying the High Priestess and the High Priestess. Divine Masculine's 3D world here. Interesting. Okay, clarify Divine Feminine's headspace with the Healer, the Page of Mirrors. We've got the Nine of Swords. And we've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, nice. Divine Feminine, clarify the Six of Stones in your heart space. Clarify the Six of Stones in Divine Feminine's heart space. These days we have almost exclusively women watching my readings. It was really split before. Now it's mostly women, almost all women. Which leads me to believe we have a lot of Divine Feminines. However, we do know that not all women are Divine Feminines. Some are Divine Masculines, but we have the vast majority of Divine Feminines watching my reading. And I really do think we do have a few male people here that I think would identify as Divine Feminine as well. So, yeah, clarify the Six of Stones. Going back there. I don't know why I got off on that. Just wanted to say, I'm mostly speaking to Divine Feminines here. Mostly. Divine Masculines, you are so welcome if you are here. We're just happy to have you here. Clarify the Six of Stones. Clarify the Six of Stones. Three of Wands. And clarify the Six of... Okay. Two again. Seven of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords. And Divine Feminine's heart space. Clarify the Two of Mirrors, already clarified by the Five of Wands. And Divine Feminine's 3D world. Whoa, that's 3 cards. I can only take one. Oops, my light just fell over. Hold on, 1 second. That was a trip. That's a first in a reading. Okay, what is turned up here? Page of Cups. Okay. Bottom of the deck for Divine Feminine is the Sun. Nice. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got. Let me grab some water and let me just take this in for a second. There's this expectation of immediacy on online readings. I really like to digest things for a second before I start talking, but I don't want you to get bored either. Okay. Overall energy for Divine Masculine is this Ten of Scrolls. It's this tiger surrounded by swords, Ten of Swords. So it's like overall energy, Divine Masculine is feeling a bit like a caged tiger. They want it out. They want to move. Tigers do not like to be caged. They're feeling perplexed and a little angry and a little antsy right now. That is clarified by the Five of Stones, the Five of Pentacles, this feeling of being left out. It's an abandonment energy. And Two of Stones, and that's over a choice that's been made, a tangible choice that's been made. This Divine Masculine made some kind of tangible choice, right? They had two different solid ways they could go. They went one way, and now they're feeling abandoned, and it's like they've dropped it. I just dropped this Two of Stones. It's like they've dropped the choice. You know, it could be that they made a different choice in the Divine Feminine. That's very common. And they're now dropping that choice, and there's this feeling of being left out of everything now. Feeling like a caged tiger, like I can't go this way, I can't go that way. I can't go back to the karmic, you know, and I can't go forward to the Divine Feminine. I'm very stuck. It's quite the mental prison kind of energy here. And the Four of Cups below that, you know, having ignored the big mirror here, the twin flame, four other options here that looked similar but were not the real option. Three of Spirals under that. Yeah, choosing to collaborate somewhere and grow roots where it just didn't grow. That's an overall energy for Divine Masculine right now. So what's going on in his headspace? Five of Scrolls, Five of Swords, clarified by Eight of Cups, the World, and the Eight of Wands. God, your person is stubborn. Sorry. But God, your person is stubborn. I'm sorry. I shouldn't swear, but listen. I'm shaking the camera even. I'm moving around here, back here. Look, your person made a choice with, there's this stone here that the scrolls are on, right? And stones are pentacles here in this reading. So there's this sword stuck in the stone through five scrolls, right? Your person made a choice, and they were very combative about their choice. They were like, I made this choice. I'm living with this choice. I want this choice. I like this choice. And fuck you if you don't like this choice. And that's, excuse my language again, but Divine Masculine is channeling through here, like, they made a tangible choice towards someone other than Divine Feminine or something, a lifestyle, a person, a karmic situation or person that was not Divine Feminine, something that kept them separated, okay? Your person made this choice. They drew a line in the sand and they said, my rock's over here and I'm sticking my sword in it, and this is the choice I've made for my lifetime, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. And they're saying that to everyone in their whole life, because there's five different scrolls here. There's a lot of conflict over it. And, you know, they kind of felt like, well, I have to defend myself down to the ground here on my choice. But my choice turned into chaos with the Eight of Wands here. Like, everything I tried to throw at this choice that I made, it went up in the air. All the energy I put into it, it just scattered, right? There's this big cyclone, and my world just got turned upside down. And now, after having made this choice, after drawing my line in the sand and saying, this is my choice and I'm never going back on it, right? Now they're feeling like they got to wrap it up and walk away from it. And this is what is in their headspace. Like, I made a big deal out of making this choice toward this karmic situation or person. And, you know, I told everyone I was sticking through this, you know, to this through hell or high water. But now, after all the chaos that this caused in my life, I put good energy after bad energy. I tried and tried and tried, and nothing came out of it. It's just a big cyclone in my life. You know, now I have to wrap it up. Now I have to wrap it up. That cyclone came and took away my hat, and I'm wrapping up that cycle, and I'm walking away from the choice. This is what Divine Masculine is thinking about right now. It's what is taking up his headspace. And it's got him feeling very like in a mental prison, like everyone's going to see that I was wrong. Everyone's going to see that I made a bad choice. And I don't want people to see that. But you know what? I'm going through an abandonment wound. And maybe some of the stubbornness has to do with an early childhood abandonment wound. Or an early lifetime, early adult abandonment wound. Making this choice was really important to your person. They didn't want to look at the twin flame here. They wanted to look at the other options. They didn't even want to look. They started something new. They really started a collaboration with a partner, with a romantic partner or whatever. But then it all burned to ash, the phoenix, and their life is starting over. The choice that they made didn't come to anything. It got burnt to ash, and now they got to start over. They see it now. They see it now. Carved on this rock that the sword is stuck into is a deer, and the deer in tarot is the divine to me. So them having made this choice that turned out terribly for them, that was divinely guided. It was a karmic situation for them to learn a lesson about stubbornness, about not needing to look perfect. Your person needed to look perfect, like they always make the perfect choice and they're never going to go back on it. And you know what? There was a big karmic lesson, and now they're having to eat a little crow here, walking away from it and wrapping it up. And it's tough for them. It's a hard mental energy for them to do it, but they're doing it. They are doing it. And in the heart space for the Divine Masculine, we've got the Seven of Spirals, which is this bear in a cave surrounded by these cave carvings of spirals. Seven of Spirals, Seven of Wands. They're feeling a little tender and defensive about this. But then we got the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords here. Whatever karmic situation that they were dealing with, there's a Queen of Swords energy with the Ten of Pentacles, right? This is why your person is feeling defensive, because we've got another person in the situation that's kind of hoarding the finances and cutting them off. So someone, whoever they were dealing with, if it's a romantic karmic, they've become very cold in cutting and hoarding money, right? Trying to get everything that they can get from the situation. It didn't turn out the way they thought. This person wasn't who they thought. If it's not a romantic karmic, if it's a business situation or a friend situation, a family situation, whoever they were involved with, they're getting cut off. Whoever it is who was once very warm to them is very cold to them, cutting them off and really trying to leave them broke. This situation is very greedy, leaving your person feeling very bereft and kind of broke financially, tangibly. And in their heart space, like they're defensive about this. They don't want people to know what happened. They're just a bear in their little cave right now. I feel like your person is spending a lot of time on their own, thinking and feeling and just reviewing this decision and the chaos that it caused in their life and where they're at now because of it. And they're like owning up to the fact that they're going to have to let the world see that it wasn't the right choice. I mean, they're really, really having to let go of their ego. There's a lot of ego here. And this person is needing to let go of their ego, which is a really healthy thing. Your ego can really get in your way. Your ego serves a purpose, right? Your ego is there to protect you in times of stress and chaos and stuff like that. And your ego helps you with your fight or flight when you need it, when you really actually need it. But some people's ego goes into overdrive and they use it for everything and they don't follow their intuition. There's most of your life you need to follow your intuition and follow that path. And then once in a while there's a dangerous situation where your ego kicks in and it helps you get out of a dangerous situation. But your person is unfortunately has been in this pattern where they see everything as a dangerous situation. Their ego is just too on overdrive, right? They need to balance that out. None of us get completely let go of our ego. That would be a mistake. We do need it. It's a protective system, right? But we need our intuition to, for the most part, supersede the ego. And as your person learns to do that, it's getting better and better for them. But they're just in the beginning stages of being able to do that and let the world see it, you know? It's hard. In the 3D world for the Divine Masculine, we've got the High Priestess, and the Three of Pentacles. That's a lot of darn intuition in your person's 3D world. Your person is very much coming into their intuition. They're starting to really tap into spirit, tap into their inner knowing, their inner guidance system. Your person is starting to understand their own magic. Your person could even be using a little divination for someone. Your person could be watching some tarot readings. With the High Priestess here, like, they're not telling anyone about how they're tapping into their intuition. They're not telling anyone if they watch tarot reading here and there or do some other kind of divination, maybe even for themselves. Your person might be intuitive enough to be doing their own divination work, their own tarot, their own runes, their own something. Your person may be reading up on the metaphysical as well, because they're starting to understand their own power. And I feel like your person is really in their 3D world. They're building themselves a new foundation based on their intuition. They're collaborating with their spirit team is what I'm seeing. Look at how one pentacle is solid and the other two are just drawn on. And your person is standing here with the paintbrush, right? And then there's these two people behind. I feel like those two people are spirit team for your person. I think there's this collaboration with your person's guides. They're starting to listen. They're starting to listen to the voice inside that is your guides. Your person is starting to get it. I really feel like it. You know, a lot of people are not spiritually awakened at the beginning of a twin flame journey, divine feminines included, including me. Hi, me too. Yeah. I was very mainstream and very unawakened before I got into this journey. An awakening popped me into this journey. It was a very concurrent thing for me. I think it took your person longer to get to the spiritual side of things. I think they're wrapping up the physical, and then the spiritual is just coming through now because they're ending a cycle. Because they're giving up on the chaos. You know, they're not letting this chaos prevail in their life anymore. And now that they're starting to understand, you know, tap into their intuition, they're understanding this, you know, left out feeling. You know, they made this choice before with this Two of Stones. And they stuck to it, and now they're, you know, they're in the middle of all these stones, just sad and alone. And your person is starting to understand their own culpability in their current circumstance. Had they made a different choice, had they listened to their intuition earlier, you know, and not stood by this choice come hell or high water, right? As soon as there started being chaos, you know, they didn't leave that choice behind and wrap it up earlier. They really stuck through a lot of cycles of shit, really. Excuse my language again. I don't know, someone's divine masculine may be very sweary. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Doesn't matter. Please don't be mad at me for it, but so yeah. I mean, I see divine masculine really wrapping up a tangible life cycle with a karmic situation, whether it's romantic or work or family. I definitely see it wrapping up and them wanting to end the chaos. They really want to be tangibly done, walk away from it. But it's just challenging for them. Mentally, it's challenging. I don't think that that's going to keep them from doing it. And I think whatever the situation is naturally cutting them out. So, you know, whatever karmic situation happened for your masculine, I feel like it was divinely guided as well, because this person or situation or thing has served its purpose. And now it's time for this to exit your masculine's life. And that's what it's doing. That is what it is doing. Let's look at Divine Feminine. So overall card, the Sun. Happy, illuminated, feeling free, feeling sunny and bright. Really nice energy for Divine Feminine right now. There is a freedom in Divine Feminine's overall energy right now. Look at that. Just carefree. Very in tune with spirit. Not worrying about what's going on over here. You know, we got the Emperor under there, and we got the Ten of Cups under there, and we got the Six of Swords under there, and we got the Two of Cups. Man, this is good energy. Like, the Divine Feminine is feeling very in control of her life, in control of her emotions, in control of her money, in control of her thoughts, in control of, you know, her passion. She's feeling very Emperor-like. And that's an action-oriented control of her own life. If the Empress had come up here, it would be more an emotional control of her life, or receptive. I don't know. It's a different energy, the Empress and the Emperor. The Emperor is very doing card. So the Divine Feminine is feeling like the actions she's taking in her life, she's very in control of. She's mastered what she needs to master, and she's going forward in a good way. With the Ten of Cups here, she's feeling very happy. She could be in a relationship here. There could be kids involved on either side. With the Six of Swords, she is at a very peaceful place. But with the Ten of Cups, she's very happy with her family situation right now, or her relationship status or situation. Divine Feminine is feeling very, very good about things right now. The Two of Cups, she may have recently had a choice in love and made a choice. And it doesn't have to be, Divine Masculine is not in the place for her to make this choice with him. It could be that she decided to set things aside and know that he's coming forward. Or it could be that she made a choice toward another person. Let's see what comes up in the energy. Let me see what's just below that Two of Cups. Five of Swords, conflict. It could be another person. Okay. We will see. We'll see what's happening here. So, what's going on in Divine Masculine's 3D? Oh, no. Headspace. Divine, and I've said Divine Masculine. I'm all the way back in Divine Masculine's 3D world again. What did I miss about that? It's the bird in the Sorceress card here. I missed something about the bird. You know what? There's a download that the Divine Masculine got, or a piece of information. It's one of those things where the Divine Masculine either got a download from the, trying to get this card up, a download from the Divine with this bird here, or they actually got a piece of information in their 3D world that made them understand something about their own intuition. Okay, that's what I missed. That's why I misspoke. So something happened in Divine Masculine's 3D world. Just going back here a little bit, we'll get to Divine Feminine, but something happened in Divine Masculine's 3D world that confirmed their own intuition. It could be that your Divine Masculine had a prophetic dream that came true. It could be that your Divine Masculine had a feeling, something really strong feeling about something, and it just happened. Something confirmed Divine Masculine's intuition. And it was something strong. It was a wake up. And now they're seeing themselves as really powerful. They're understanding their own power for the first time because of a piece of information that came in. They were right about something. You know, when you first start tapping into your intuition and you have really strong hits and then the thing happens, like I had some really strong hits that happened for me when I first started really understanding my power. I made some real huge predictions about COVID, and I told different people about them. So and you know, not everyone, but I knew when a vaccine was going to be created, and I knew when it was going to be announced, and I knew when it was going to be available for different tiers of people, everything. That was huge for me, and like really, I mean, I had been working with my power before that, but understanding you have power and really getting the huge confirmations that you're right on point, like the big ones. I've had a lot of them since then, tons of them, but those were some big ones for me, and understanding the accuracy of what I'm able to come forward and bring messages about. Divine Masculine is having one of those big moments where something they knew, and they couldn't have known any other way, but they just knew to the marrow of their bones something, and it came true. That's what happens. I'm glad that I went back and caught that, because that's a really big key point here, because that is a huge turning point for Divine Masculine. When you have those big confirmations, it's undeniable. Undeniable. There is no coincidence big enough for something like that. Okay. So that's key in him building this, him or her, them, building this new foundation for self, involving spirit guides, spirit team. Okay. Tapped in a big way. Your person is practicing it. That's what I'm seeing here with the books and all the divination tools. Your person is practicing with their intuition now. They're not telling anyone, but your person knows their power and they're practicing it, and that makes me incredibly happy. I just want to, I mean, it's almost an I told you so thing, like told you so. But you know, I wouldn't want to rub it in, but yay, Divine Masculine. Okay, I'm enough. Let me go over to Divine Feminine. Let me get a drink here. And no, I don't drink alcohol. I drink water. Oh, can you imagine drunk tarot? So I see people do it sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would be such a mess. I mean, I would only do it as a joke. I wouldn't do real readings that way. Okay. So, Divine Feminine's headspace, as we were supposed to start with. We got the overall energy, all the happiness, the choice she's made recently in love, right? So what's going on in Divine Feminine's head with all the happiness and the new choices and the going forward and the peaceful place? What do we have, Divine Feminine? We've got the Page of Mirrors, this Page of Cups, this feeling of newness in life, this feeling like exploring. And this is a really nice card, because in healing, love for herself, for Divine Feminine, she's got this beehive, and she's got this plant, and she's got this sack, and she's out in nature, and she's just exploring everything like it's brand new. And so there's this feeling of Divine Feminine going out and exploring the world in new ways that she hadn't in a long time. There's a freedom to do so, and there's a freedom to have that student mindset, you know, that beginner mind, they call it. Where I can learn things all over, and I can experience things all over in a new way now that I'm really awakened and I've been healed with the healer here. There's also a feeling of Divine Feminine understanding she has the capacity to heal. When you start to understand that you're a healer, things shift for you. When you understand that you can heal yourself, and it really starts with healing self, then you start to understand that you can help other people heal, and it shifts your entire life. I'm telling you, I've been through this. Understanding that I could heal major things for myself, physical, emotional, spiritual things for myself. I understood that I could start to help other people heal. And I understood that that was my mission work. And for Divine Feminine, there's this understanding of, okay, now that I know I have these gifts, I have this ability to heal, I'm going to start on my path. And there's this beginner mind for Divine Feminine, like, I'm going to soak in everything that I can. That's a really nice energy. However, let's look at what's clarifying, because we got the Knight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. What does that tell me? So the Five of Pentacles in reverse, let's talk about that first, because there's a feeling of like not fitting in the world. There's this feeling for Divine Feminine of not fitting in the world, like not knowing your place. You know, especially if you're on a twin flame journey, because you have this incredible magnetic attraction to another person that runs away from you. That's crazy. That is crazy making. Having the person that you want to have life with and feeling it mutually with them too. You know, I was just talking to someone about how, you know, when you're in a twin flame dynamic, you do at some point feel it mutually. Whether you're in a romantic relationship or not, there is a mutual magnetic attraction. If that mutual attraction does not exist in the beginning, you're probably not in a twin flame dynamic. You know, I've heard people talk about, you know, being obsessed, you know, feeling like a celebrity is their twin flame that they've never met before, they've never spoken to. I wouldn't make that assumption, because it's mutual, it's reciprocal in the very beginning. Even if it's not romantic, the attraction, this need to get to know this person and want to be around this person, and it's very magnetic. It's very mutual. And then they get triggered and they run away. Okay? That's what happens. But if it's someone that you've never met, never spoken to, and you feel that magnetic attraction, but you have no idea how they feel about you, I wouldn't just make that assumption. Okay? Just saying that. It doesn't mean that it can't be true. I just wouldn't make the assumption. Now, I have a dear friend that does readings and did a reading for a celebrity who said that they had a crush on another or someone that's non-celebrity that they wanted to know, they wanted a reading on them and a celebrity. And it turned out that this person, she found them in the you know, the pages where they track that. I don't watch that kind of stuff. I don't track celebrities, but she found out this person actually was dating the celebrity. So she went ahead and did the reading, but she was very hesitant to at first. She was like, I don't want to give someone false hope about someone that they don't even know. But yeah, just if you believe you're in a twin flame dynamic, make sure that you at some point have felt this mutual magnetic attraction. Mutual. That's a key there. And then they run away, which makes you insane. So it's a very challenging thing to get through. So we have here the Five of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. So this feeling of being abandoned by your twin flame and all this worry that's happened along the journey, all this worry and sleepless nights and stress and everything. But the Five of Pentacles is now coming up in reverse, so it's a feeling of healing from that abandonment wound and that worry. You know, the healer here being the card that is, sorry about the motorcycle, being the main card here, really tells me that this Divine Feminine is really healing from the abandonment, from that crazy making energy of the runner dynamic, you know, the runner-chaser dynamic. There's no more runner-chaser here. Divine Feminine is no longer chasing. She's healed, or healing. The Nine of Swords is still upright. So I feel like even though she's healing, even though she's coming out of this abandonment wound energy and into a better place in this beginner mindset, I do think that she does still occasionally think and worry about her person. And you know what? Of course you do. Of course you do. It's your twin flame. You know, you're in separation from the person that you feel like their soul is made of the same stuff as yours. Of course you're going to still think about them, and of course you're going to hope for the best, and there's a little worry in there, but it's not overtaking the reading here. Look at the swords on the wall. A lot of times with a Nine of Swords, the swords are facing downward toward the person, and they're laying in the bed, and they're grabbing their hair. This person has gotten up out of the bed. She's not laying under the swords. The swords are facing away out the window. They're not facing toward her. She's healed a lot of this worry and anxiety energy. And then coming up over the horizon is the sunrise and this really beautiful bird. I just feel like a healing of that worry and anxiety that had really plagued Divine Feminine about Divine Masculine for quite some time. I don't feel like it's completely gone because it's not reversed. But the imagery in the card tells me there is a healing happening here. And it's a really, really nice energy, Divine Feminine. Really, really nice energy. Let's look at what's happening in Divine Feminine's heart space. Okay. Six of Pentacles, Six of Stones, clarified by the Three of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Six of Stones. So in the Six of Stones, the Six of Pentacles card here is really interesting because we've got this really intricately interwoven tree. So let me show you. I wish I could get these cards up easier. There's got to be an easier way. How do I do this? Okay. I don't want to move them all. Oh my gosh. You guys are seeing my struggle. Okay, that's all right. We all struggle, right? Okay. And maybe that's a lesson here, that it's okay for people to see your struggle sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not feeling judged. You can judge me if you want, but I don't care. All right. So in the Six of Stones here, the Six of Pentacles, there is this beautifully interwoven tree. Oh, it's like a Celtic knot too. So we had that the Hanged Man card come out in the beginning, and it was that owl with the Celtic knot in its kind of grasp. And here's this Celtic knot again, and this Celtic knot is the interrelationship between all people, but especially between twin flames. So in the heart space, Divine Feminine really, really understands that she is rooted in this interdependent connection with her twin flame, and that's not going away. But she's also feeling very, very balanced about the situation. It's different on either side. You can see that the pentacles are not the same shape, right? There's a square, you know, there's a teardrop here, there's an oval over here, there's an oval and a rectangle and another oval there. It's not exactly the same, but it's balanced enough that it's okay. It's not pulling the tree one way or the other. It's letting the tree grow. And so in Divine Feminine's heart space, there's this sense of balance in the twin flame journey, that she's feeling very comfortable with her place in the journey. Divine Masculine's place, there's no push-pull energy, there's no waiting energy. It's a really nice understanding of the journey and of her place in it. No stress, right? No stress. Clarified by the Three of Wands, you know, here's Divine Feminine really conjuring up her magic. In her heart space, she really knows that her life is going in a good direction, and she really has control over the direction. I mean, she's weaving her magic. Seven of Pentacles, she's having patience in her life. She's planting seeds and letting them grow. Page of Swords here, you know. She may want to communicate to Divine Masculine in her heart space, but she's not doing it. She's letting it rest. This is a card of letting the communication rest, because Divine Masculine isn't ready for it. He's not. She's having patience and letting the communication rest. That's a nice energy, Divine Feminine, in your heart space. I don't feel like it needs a lot of extra conversation or clarification. It's very, very straightforward. What's happening in Divine Feminine's 3D world? We've got the Two of Mirrors here, which I said is a twin flamey card for me, but in the Two of Cups in most decks, I really feel is a soulmate card. So let me backtrack on that, because we saw the Two of Cups here, right? This choice in love that Divine Feminine has recently had to make. And we have the Five of Spirals, and this in the last couple of mirror messages has been the same message. Divine Feminine said what she needed to say to Divine Masculine, right? She said what she needed to say. I mean, she got it out. She's not holding it back. With the Page of Cups, she gave loving communication to this Divine Masculine, and she didn't hold anything back. So there was communication here with Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. I really feel like in the 3D there was, or has been. I don't feel like she's searching out anymore, but I think that there has been. I think that she communicated to this Divine Masculine in the 3D that she feels this connection. I think that she's communicated that, and then she's let it go. She's communicated the mirrored energy here that she feels with Divine Masculine. She said everything that she needed to say. She's done everything that she's needed to do for right now. It's really this similar message as the last, was it? I don't know if it's a twin flame love story or the last mirror message had the same kind of thing for Divine Feminine. I think it was the mirror message. If you haven't watched my twin flame love stories and you're in the twin flame journey, make sure and check those out. They're really super detailed readings about your counterpart, and it really gets into your counterpart's life. I really like them. Yeah, I just feel like there's a wrap-up energy in the 3D world with the Divine Masculine. I do feel like Divine Feminine could be moving forward in the happiest way possible. She's taking control of her life and she's moving forward. I don't see her seeking out more communication. I think, you know, she's created everything that she could create with this Page of Cups. She's given her message, her loving message to Masculine. And she's letting it rest. That's what's happening in the 3D for Divine Feminine. And, you know, in the overall energy, I definitely see forward movement, control of life, happiness, peace, forward movement, choices in love. You know, the choice in love that she has made, she may be a little bit concerned that down the road there could be some argument about it. You know, it could bring some stress down the road. But she's really holding on to her choice. You know, she's really sticking to her choice here, regardless of the fact that, you know, if Divine Masculine comes in and she's made a choice, this choice towards someone else, that could cause some conflict down the road, but she's not letting it stop her. Which is really nice energy, because Divine Feminine, you should be moving forward in your life however makes sense to you. Whatever is good for you, let it in. Do not be in waiting energy for Divine Masculine, because that makes Divine Masculine stuck. You move forward and you be happy. And maybe that's going to take you into a life with someone else. Maybe it's not. Maybe you'll have a season with someone that's really special where you learn more lessons and they learn more lessons and you guys have a really good time. Maybe it's going to take you into a lifetime relationship and Divine Masculine, you know, won't be coming forward, or they will be staying in another situation. They'll get into another situation. We don't know what's going to happen. But that Divine Feminine is in this really nice forward moving energy, at peace with the twin flame connection. It's really nice, peaceful energy this time for Divine Feminine. I find it very calming and very relaxing. There's not a lot of worry. There's not a lot of stress here. There's a little bit of concern about Divine Masculine. I think that Divine Feminine's always going to be concerned somewhat about Divine Masculine, but it's not the heavy worry that it used to be. Good energy. Good energy. All right, this wraps up your mirror message. If you would take the time to hit the like button, if you've resonated with the message or you resonate with the energy of the channel, I would genuinely appreciate that. Thank you for everyone that does it. If you're new, subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the family here. I do twin flame readings pretty much every week. Check out the love story readings. Those are great. And, you know, if this one didn't resonate, go back and check out some of the other mirror message. Like I said, there's years worth of them back there. Look for titles that jump out at you. Okay? I love you guys, and I will see you next time.